in the continuing the tradition of pissing off people who make products in the industry, who we have to, talk to and I have to talk to and deal with on a day-to-day basis. Lucky you.
Yes.
That's why you get to be the bad guy. Flightone.
Yeah.
For all the reasons, I don't talk about Flightone very much, because every time you talk about Flightone, it's a huge drama-tastic. They come out of the woodwork. And I'm just like, fine, let them do their thing. And most of the time, it is a lot of smoke and bluster and no substance. But we have substance this time, don't we?
Yeah, this is something that most people around Facebook and the Flightone groups have probably seen before, or at least seen word of. But I feel like it's time to get this information out there and at least kind of point fingers and let people see what's going on with the public posts that are out there.
Yeah.
This was posted in the Rotor Riot group. And this is one of the members of the community who basically has been trying to get refunds from Preston for quite a long time, and who ordered, basically who ordered and then couldn't get stuff back. The PayPal was so long that they couldn't automatically PayPal refund, and then got message after message of excuses. I thought it was interesting that he says, Preston hasn't talked in a while. No, but he's not responding to anybody. This was 3/16, and the same day at 3:57, Preston makes a response just to say, I know I've been a little silent lately due to the part shortages, but we have some amazing stuff incoming, video coming to show. That video never came, by the way. Watch got an update this week. It's time we take another leap forward. We appreciate the support, but I'm super excited. So I just wanted to put that in there for context because he did make that post.
And we've got some comments here because Blunty, you asked around, and
100%. I got a lot of messages from people. But a lot of people were not interested in providing their name on the internet. They didn't want to show who they were. So. And
the problem is that people making posts on Facebook groups, who knows what the truth of the story is. And I will acknowledge that in many cases, I've seen a case where a customer says such and such a vendor did me dirty. And then when I find, I'll stealthily on the back end email support and be like, hey, what's the deal? And they'll be like, oh, check out the email logs. And they'll show me the whole conversation history. And I'll go, oh, I see what really happened here, etc. So just because somebody makes a Facebook post claiming something, at a certain point, you get enough people saying the same thing that you start to wonder. I reached out to Preston. I said, yes. Preston, is there any truth to this? What do you have to say? And I want to say, we're going to show the message. I specifically said, do you have a statement? Are there any facts here that are wrong? And I feel like when somebody who has a YouTube channel and a show called The News asks you for a statement, it should be assumed that anything you say from that point on is for public consumption. So I'm going to show this message here. Here's what he said. He said, COVID delays have screwed us. First design had parts I still have yet to get to make a new design after testing, etc. Then another parts couldn't get made 2 more designs, which are now coming out. Stuff as simple as a resistor has been possible to get. Fine. That's true for everybody, etc. We have been giving out free licenses. That's true. They have been giving out licenses to run Flightone on third-party controllers, which is fine. I mean, that's something. But here's the thing. So then he says, good news, we have batches coming. So there's some hype there, as there always is. And I said, specifically, this guy is claiming, this guy who posted in public, he said that there are outstanding pre-orders from almost a year ago, the release of the Lightning H7. Is that true? And Preston said, no, definitely not from the release, but from 2020. So Preston acknowledges that they have outstanding pre-orders from 2020, and that was in October, late October 2021. So they have pre-orders almost a year old that have not been fulfilled. And that's straight from Preston's mouth. Now, and because this is not hype and this is not hate, the only thing I feel like we need to hang this story on is that they are currently accepting pre-orders for products when they have unfulfilled pre-orders from almost a year ago. And they're not saying, and they're not acknowledging that or announcing that. They're saying, we got the next thing coming.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate that that's the case. Yeah, but I mean, Preston definitely clearly says there that there's still orders from 2020. And that's what we've heard from a lot of other people, a lot of posts around the community, from people who have pre-orders from quite that long. I received a lot of private messages, again, stuff I can't publicly share, but stuff that I can personally say, with my credibility I've shown here on the show, that
Yeah.
I've seen information that verifies these claims in many different cases. They're orders from that old.
And not just from customers, but also from dealers who definitely won't go on the record.
Who, won't even let me say quantities because they're afraid they'll be recognized from the quantities.
Yeah. And we also have to acknowledge that Preston says anyone who wants a refund will get one. But there are many people who are saying they have tried to get a refund and have been unable to get one. And then Preston said something about, well, once it's past the PayPal refund period, we can't refund it. I'm like, yeah, you can. You just PayPal them back the money.
Yeah, I put that in the Imager link there, just so you can show that as well.
Yeah, well, where's that? Let's show
that's that second page.
Preston's response to comments? Oh, I see it. So there's another. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Plenty. My bad.
Yeah, so he says basically, engineering and testing take time, blah, blah, blah. We're sitting on blank PCBs and stuff. We refunded another guy today that was going around posting. Problem is he was outside a PayPal window, so he can't just click refund. And cost, the cost of our board is doubled when the orders that were paid for. We have some guys with orders where they paid $10 for a board replacement we offered for a board that's going to be $80 plus on this new batch. Plus we gave them licenses for $15.
Okay, so that's such weak sauce to me. Like the fact that your customer is outside of the PayPal window so you can't click refund, that's a you problem. That's not a your customer problem. Your customer is owed a refund, you get them a refund. I don't care how you do it, you get them a refund.
Yeah.
And the fact that you were unable to fulfill orders, and then while you were unable to fulfill orders, your cost went up. I mean, so then you need to say, we are unable to fulfill these orders, but you don't keep taking pre-orders at the same price for a product you can't deliver. And you especially don't keep taking pre-orders for 11 months and not deliver product and then like go out in public and be like, the next big thing is coming. You owe me yesterday's big thing.
Yeah.
And the $15 license doesn't cost you a penny anyway. That's like saying, I know your food was cold and late and your steak wasn't cooked right, but at least I gave you bread. Like bread and water just comes when I sit down in the restaurant. That doesn't buy you anything.
If you didn't give me bread, I would be offended.
Right. So, I feel like the message here is pretty clearly, like, I don't see, obviously people should stop pre-ordering. Like, I don't know who's still pre-ordering Flightone, but people should stop pre-ordering Flightone. And if you have a Flightone pre-order, I think your chances of getting a refund at this point are low. Now, this is, by the way, we have crossed over now into editorializing.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to be clear where that line is, your chances of getting a refund seem low because, like, I don't know.
Historically,
the company has expenses, right?
Yeah.
Presumably, Preston's still paying his mortgage.
Yeah, from what I've seen, from the, I'll say this is like, not editorial. This is what I've seen, again, that I cannot say specifics about. But from the information I've seen, the chances you're getting a refund seem to be lower than you would expect. There are a lot of messages with people who are waiting on a refund and who also have not received it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think going back to the editorializing thing, I 100% agree with you that I don't expect that you're going to get a refund if you make these orders. And also, it really bothers me that you can't go on that page and see any kind of estimation. There's no like, hey, we're shipping flight controllers from this date. There's no like, hey, this price may go up. Hey, there's no, we might cancel this. Hey, there's no, here's how to get a refund.
It's just here, you get the next big thing, pre-order.
Yeah, buy this. Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew P. in the Discord points out that if you're outside the 30-day window, then PayPal won't refund the transaction fee and the vendor has to eat it. Correct. And as Andrew P. says, that's the cost of doing business. I mean, if you do business through PayPal, then you know the stakes. If you go 30 days without delivering a product and you get outside that window, you as the vendor have to accept that you're going to eat that. You can't put that on your customer. It was your responsibility to deliver a product when you took the customer's money. And if you can't do that within 30 days, that's on you. So eat it. Yeah. Enough. I don't think we need to rant on this. I think we're just going to stick with they have acknowledged that they have pre-orders going all the way back to quote unquote 2020. So at least December 31st, 2020, which is almost a year now. No one should be ordering these products. And frankly, I don't see anyway, no one should be ordering these products until they have fulfilled all their back orders and refunded all their customers who are expecting to get products, which I'm not holding my breath for when that'll happen. So,
yeah.
Are they breaking any laws? Asks License to Drive. That would be a question for a lawyer.
Yeah.
Not for me. Anyway, there you go. The thing is, for people saying, well, I don't back order, I don't pre-order. If you never pre-ordered anything in this hobby, you would not get a lot of product. So
pretty true.
Yeah. Good question, Quick Flash. Why can KISS and FetTech still make products, but not Flightone? Somehow they're able to get, and it's not like you're saying, oh, well, Flightone is a small manufacturer, not like an iFlight who makes maybe orders in large quantities and can compete. KISS and FetTech don't make huge amounts, and they're still managing to churn out flight controllers. I don't know what's going on, but
anyway, all right, let's move on.
Moving on. No, let's just bitch on this. Let's grind this into the ground.